Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to How to Be an Awesome Paralegal, Legal Secretary, or Legal Assistant now. Since I'm kind of delving right into discovery and I explained its important role in a litigation case, which I feel is where the money is actually spent on a case, is through the course of discovery. Now, there are different types of discovery that we do and methods that we use to gain it. Now, it's important, like I said, to check with your local rules when your deadlines are, and if you need an extension, or how to effectively communicate with the other side. Look, I've got all of this. The only thing I'm missing is this. Do you mind if I get an extension? Being ways of communicating with the other side to let them know that you are working on the case and following up on the case and things like that. And that way, when it does come time to the deadlines, it really depends on whether you've been putting an emphasis on following up and stuff like that. But I want to get to, discovery is basically seeking information that you need, and you have to be pretty, like an attorney does need to put a pretty good thought process into this and what pattern they're going to, ask for certain information in. But I'm just going to explain the paralegal's role. Now, usually the paralegal's role is drafting the standard documents, and whether it be this first word here, interrogatories. Interrogatories are, I know, I was very scared by that word the first time I ever saw it. I was like, what? What's an interrogatory? And it was actually a dictation, and I put on the headphones, and it's like interrogatory number 1. Well, then I soon learned that it is a list of questions, and basically we're seeking information from the other side, whether it be all parties known, or if you're trying to ask birth dates, or if basically you're trying to collect information through a series of questions from the other side. And now there are ways that the other side can get around that if they feel like they don't have to answer it. Of course, there's going to be some other types of documents that are filed, like an objections and things like that, and we'll get to that later. But of course, for now, we've got the questions, and like I said, I don't know if I said it, but some locations you are going to be limited how many interrogatories you can ask. Generally, it could be 25, or it could be, more, or whatever. You really do need to check that out and make sure that there's not more than what's needed on your interrogatories. And of course, if there are, bring it up to the lawyer and say, look, there are this many interrogatories. I think we're only allowed this many. Can we plan to get in accordance with the rules. Now, of course, we'll get into responding discovery right now, like ways for the responding, but right now I just want to make sure that we're getting it out. And then, of course, request for production, and that's where we get into, I believe, that where a lot of the money is spent in our production for discovery, whether it be through avenues of a subpoena ducis tecum, or a subpoena where we're sending out a request for information from parties and non-parties and things like that, and of course expert witnesses and things like that. Depositions is where we come in and ask people information if you need to depose a client to, of course, ask them a series of questions to gain information for the case. And then, of course, sometimes there are sent a request for admission. Now, I generally see this more in not so much in a personal injury case, but more in our criminal cases, or anyways, I just want to keep going. I just want to make sure that, I am not giving legal advice at the same time while doing this. Okay, anyways, request for admission is basically yes or no answers, and you do need to check to see if there are a certain amount that you are allowed to ask, or if it's an infinite amount that you can ask. You do need to check your rules. All rules are different. So requests for admission are basically, true or false questions, yes or no questions, and they do get a little tricky. So a lot of times, whether you are answering them based on the information, sometimes the attorney, well, of course, the attorney is going to go back in and double check your work before signing out on that, because you cannot do representation. Everything you're doing for the attorney is getting it prepared and ready for his signature and review, but at the same time, uh, you do want to help the attorney the best way you can by putting this information together and helping assist to get it ready. And of course, making sure that if you are sending out subpoenas and things like that, and communicating with experts, and sending documents around, you are going to want a way to organize that. And of course, like I said, it's very important to document every step of the way that you're doing. That way, the two most important things can happen. You've got your calendaring going on for your deadlines, and you are following up on the case, so you can make things happen.